lover, and I'm here to show you how I insert multivitamins into TPN. First, I've sterilized the cart and the cookie tray with Clorox wipes. I do this after connection and each time before I prepare TPN, just to make sure everything is exceptionally clean and sterile. These are the multivitamin vials. We use 2. And I'm going to just pop the tops off of each of them and use a sterile alcohol wipe to clean the tops. I scrub each of the tops for 30 seconds. The way I like to manage my time is to use a clock on my table with a silent second hand. I used to sing songs and happy birthday and all those other things that people suggested, and I think those are great ways, but for me, I was always questioning whether or not I was scrubbing long enough, so the clock works well for me. I just make sure to get the whole top scrubbed. I'll put my thumb on top just to make sure I'm getting the area where I'm going to insert the needle. And after I'm done scrubbing each vial, I leave the alcohol swab on top just to make sure no dust or debris falls on top. While I'm scrubbing, I'll also share that I reserve one of my drawers as a garbage because I found it easier to be able to just drop the discarded supplies there rather than throw it into another garbage bin. It just keeps everything a little bit more intact. And that drawer is only used for garbage and is sterilized after each time it's used. All right. So both of the tops of the multivitamins have now been cleaned, and I'm going to use a syringe to empty the contents of each of the vials into the syringe. When I open the syringe, I peel back and I hold the syringe inside the plastic packaging. I try and touch the supplies as little as possible. The inside of this packaging is sterile, but once it's opened or touched, you can't guarantee its sterility. But I'll take the syringe and I pull back while the cap is on. That way any air that's pulled into the syringe doesn't collect any dust or debris from the surrounding area. I pop off the top and I save it and I drop it into the tray. And then I carefully take off the alcohol swab from the top of the multivitamin, grab it at its base, and stabilize with my wrist. Careful not to touch the syringe tip to anything other than the insertion point of the multivitamins. I push in air all the way into the syringe and withdraw slowly while pulling down the needle so that I can empty its entire contents into the syringe. And I try not to do it too quickly because lots of bubbles will form, and that can cause a nighttime nightmare with beeping pumps when there's air in the line. So there I've seen now that the entire syringe has been emptied, and I just pop off the top and discard the bottle. And then I move on to the next file. Again, stabilizing with my wrist, inserting with the syringe, turn it upright, push in air, and then slowly withdraw the vitamins into the syringe. All right, so now both of the vitamins are in the vial. I carefully take the top without touching the opening. I place it over the syringe and secure it at the base. I don't secure it this way just in case the needle were to pop through the top. Now I tap it a few times to get rid of any air bubbles, and I slowly push up until the contents of the vitamins show through the top, and I lay it again inside sterile tray.